The question is, you mentioned that you were a pastor of Richmond Town Methodist Church and you were transferred to a very small church. How did you feel when that happened? Or what was your response? And, just share that with us.
I don't like to answer better.
No. It's directed to you.
It's easy question, so yes.
How do you feel, huh? Good question, huh? Very good question. You got a book of mine. Thank you. Well, you want me to be honest, I think, no? You want me to be honest. I felt bad. I felt disappointed. I felt hurt. I felt let down. Imagine I had 3 secretaries and I had 2 assistant pastors and I had a security and a watchman and everything. And then I go to Goa. Actually, one day, கிணறுல தண்ணி வலிக்க வேண்டிய போச்சு. கை பிடிச்சி திரும்பி அதான் முந்தி பாலத்தில் அப்படியே இருந்துச்சு. நான் தான் செக்ஸ்டன்னு, நான் தான் வாட்ச்மேனு, நான் தான் எல்லாமே. Okay. And then, so the honest answer is very, very disappointing. Okay. But I want to say one thing that I've learned after that. It's called divine conspiracy. எல்லாம் சொல்லுங்க. Divine conspiracy. Conspiracy தெரியும்ல. இப்போ நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். As a believer, there's a divine conspiracy that happens every time in your life. You may not know it at that time, but God says, my son, I have a plan. Kandikadara day, I know it, man. Born out, forget. Narkanda. I'll make something beautiful. At that time, very, very painful. And write this down. When you love God, God has your back. Hallelujah. When you love God, God has your back. எங்கன்னா போட்டு தண்ணியில காட்ட போறாங்களா அப்ப அந்த தண்ணி கொண்டு வருவார். Okay? And it was difficult here. Now I told the story of that man who said, what did he say in that seminar? About losing weight and all that. Finally, what was the statement?
He knows.
You know why you're not practicing. You know it, right? Why you're not practicing. I learned that in Goa. I learned this in Goa. I want to say this to you. When people plan bad things against you, God is planning something beautiful simultaneously. That's conspiracy. And the days I was in Goa was a very difficult time, but that's when the Lord told me, Vasu, you need to go into counseling, you need to go into the world, you've got to learn something new, and you've got to change your life completely. Then I made a decision that I'm going to go into counseling, I'm going to trust God for everything. Then I went to America 5 times, went to study, and I learned and God came into my life in a deep, deep way after I left that. But that was a starting point. That was a time when God said, "Hey, do you realize that I'm the only one who's absolutely real for you? And that I'll take care of you?" It was hard, but phenomenal experience. And today what I'm sharing and all of that, part of it was because that happened, and then God took me on a journey to know Him deeply, 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 and everything changed. So I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Yeah, there was one question there. Was there a question there? Yeah, go ahead.
I've heard the Message Bible is a little controversial. I don't know exactly why. I'm wondering if there's a reason that's your preferred English version.
Come again.
The Message Bible, I heard the translation is a little controversial. I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm wondering if there's a reason it's your preferred version.
Easy one you
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. My response to that is, I tell you one thing: no version is perfect. First, you must remember that. Okay, so there will be a bias. There will be bias. So if somebody says this version is wrong, that is wrong, and maybe they are right. But I want to say this to you: in understanding the Bible, particularly in the Hebrew, the originally Bible was in Hebrew. In Hebrew, there are 73 layers of meaning in every word and sentence. Now, how do you translate the exact Hebrew into English or Tamil? I feel this word is correct. I feel that word is better. So, any translation will have this problem, okay? But I'm going to give you, since you said ask this question, I'll give one. So I don't think, yeah, they may be. I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure, and they may be right when they say there are some things wrong in this one. I'm not sure you have a perfect English translation. Are you sure of any translation like that? I don't think so. Okay? So here is what I want to say. Beautiful thought. You remember Genesis 22 to 2 पढ़ेंगे? This is just one example of how translators miss it. Any version. पढ़ेंगे? Genesis 22:2.
Then God said, take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah, sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain.
Okay.
I will show you.
Okay, good. Read it now. New version. Adam Bible ಕೂಡ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, good. Read again. Take your son. Let your son. Read again.
Take your son, your
Take
only
your son. Your only son. Abro?
whom you love,
Whom you love too.
Isaac,
Isaac.
and go to the region of Moriah.
It is a question of no missing the mark. உன்னுடைய பையன் நீ நேசிக்கிற பையன் அவன் பேர் ஐசக் அவனை கொண்டு போ. Take your son. Any other version? Take your son. Take your son. If I tell you in the original Hebrew the word take is not there. Not there. I give you divine conspiracy, right? The word is please Abraham, your son, sacrifice. You see the meaning? Abraham கஷ்டமா இருக்கண்டா இப்போ ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்குண்டா தயவு செய்து இது பண்ணுடா தயவு செய்து. It's messed up in all versions, including my message Bible which I love. So you're right, there may be some errors in every translation. So but I'm just saying that in the Jewish thing, what the Hebrew scholars, in every page there's a mistake in the Bible. But does it mean that the message is not there? Does it mean the truth is not there? No, it is there. So don't get too carried away by the accuracy of these versions. You see what it is. You check the original. You go back, check the scholars and all of that, the Hebrew word, the Greek word. Now that you have so much of apps that is available, go check it out. But I just want to say this: no version is perfect. Cannot be. Because they're all human beings, right? And all of us have bias. Don't tell everybody, my message is also a bias. And hopefully it's biblical, hopefully applicable, hopefully something that can be blessing. That's all. Okay. I hope I answered your question. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Pastor, you were saying that when you study certain language and you fail, how do you overcome this? I mean, the world measure people by success. And this failure where you study Hindi, Pastor, which you shared with us earlier, that you studied Hindi, Karnataka and fail, including English. How do you embrace that failure and what makes you sustain that in a world where people measure people by
May give
success.
up. May give
Yeah,
up.
they give up. How do you be able to overcome that failure and it move you to another direction?
Yeah. Again, as I was saying, my transfer very, very painful. So even my failing was a very painful thing. Hmm. Yeah. So I never gave up because, okay, if you know why, you can go through how. Aதாவது, if you know the ultimate purpose, then whatever happens, you go through it. Okay. Okay, let me just say this. Was it painful? Yes. Why did I give up? Because I knew one thing, God had a calling in my life. I knew one thing, God had a purpose in my life. And even when I was 16, 17 years old and I was failing and all of that, I told my brother, I know God has a plan for my life and I know I have to study, but even if I don't study well and if I fail, I still know God has a plan for my life. That knowing, that assurance and that confidence said, I'm not going to give up even if I fail. You know, and it's not giving up. Experience the power of God. I'll give you a definition of hope. Hope is the confidence something good is going to happen to you. Hope is the confidence something good is going to happen. And I believe that. Okay, another thing, just to add to young people about this question. So while I was going through this failure and disappointment, I had an amazing pastor who believed in me. Now I want to say this to young people, okay? Always have a mentor, have somebody who can speak into your life. So when I was going through that failure, I had a pastor who truly loved me. In spite of the fact that I was not doing well academically. Okay. Now, all young people, just remember this. You must have some elders or somebody who can speak into your life. தன்னை காட்டுற ராஜா சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல அப்படி இருக்காது. And I'll tell you one more thing. You will become the average of 5 people you hang around with. Knowledge coming. You've got to choose people who will inspire you, encourage you, move you forward. You have to choose that. You cannot choose your parents. You cannot choose your parents. You can't choose your brother, but you can choose a mentor. You can please choose somebody who can inspire you and encourage you. You can choose somebody who can take you to the next level. During that time, I had a pastor who really, really believed in me. I was born in 1956, okay? In 77, I came into the ministry. I didn't even pass my 10th standard at that time. And the day I came into the ministry, the first day of my ministry, and he said, tomorrow is your first day, or if you come to church. Another, Gnanasekhar was there with me. Okay. And so we all came together in the ministry. And we gathered there. அங்கே மெட்ராஸில் வந்து இந்த கோட்டு ஷூ எல்லாம் போட மாட்டேன் ஏன்னா வெயில் இல்லையா ஸோ யூஸ்வலி வேர் ஸ்லிப்பர்ஸ் அண்ட் ஆல் தட் அன்னைக்கு பார்த்து எங்களை வர சொன்னார் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஆஃப் மினிஸ்ட்ரி அவரெல்லாம் டையெல்லாம் போட்டு ஷூலாம் போட்டு வைக்கிறார் நான் எது கல்யாணத்துக்கு போகிறாரான்னு but he was dressed up for us because that's the first day we are getting into the ministry. This is the 77, okay? And he said these words. You see yourself as you see yourself now. I didn't pass my 9th standard at that time. You see yourself as you see yourself now. But I am seeing what God can make of you in 20 years from now. That's leader. Every church member, you got to say, hey, this fellow can give him a great guy, man. I'm going to invest in this guy, man. I'm going to call him. I'm going to spend time with him. I'm going to have coffee with him. I'm going to spend time with him. I'm going to pour my life into him because he has an awesome future. I was a school dropout. 77. Born in 56. Before why such a poor?
19.
21. 21. 9 standard pass பண்ணல. But he said these words. என்ன சொல்றார் pastor? What did he say?
20 years time. 20 years.
You are seeing exactly 20 years from now. 77. About 20 years now? 97, yeah. I was a senior pastor of Richmond Town Methodist Church with 1,200 members. You know, 20 years happened again, it becomes 40. My daughter finished a child accountancy, got married to an engineer who has a job in England, from Bangalore, but he has a job in England. On the day of my daughter's wedding, he was the first one to pray. Exactly 40 years. Was there brokenness? Yes. But when he prayed at my wedding, at my daughter's wedding, and when 20 years, when I began to pastor, the senior pastor of the largest church in Bangalore, I suddenly realized the hand of God. There was a plan, the divine plan, a divine conspiracy was taking place. And whatever happens in your life, when you love and obey Him, a divine plan will ultimately come through. You just have to love Him and obey Him. He never told you life will be easy. He said, you love me. Just abide in me. Obey me. Obey me. Life is made. I hope I answered your question. Thank you. You also get a book free.
Yeah, that one more. Right now.
Sir, just tell your name.
My name is Prem
Pray.
from Park Street. Pastor, I know God loves everyone, all His children. If not, He would not send Jesus down for us, right? And there are some friends and relatives that I know who came to know about God and accepted Christ, and later few years they fall back. And where is this love that they had for God, and why they did not try their best to go back to God? And same time I was thinking, what is God have is in mind for these people? Like, what's going on? These people fall back, have not come back to God. Then where is God's love, or where their love for God?
Good question. Very good question. Very good. In other words, they hear God's love, they enjoy it from some time, and then something happens and they go back. Now where is God's love? That's your question. Mobile இருக்கு இல்லீங்களா? Mobile. You can switch off the mobile, but the waves are still there. Others' mobiles are still functioning. But if you switch it off, you cannot get any communication. God's love is still there. God loves them unconditionally, that is true. But unconditional love has to be responded. And you see, He loves us, but we can close the door. Okay, I'll give you another statement. It's a little controversial, but just think about it. Put yourself where God's love can find you. Don't go to a desert, don't go to a dark room, switch off all the lights, switch off all the mobiles. You went up to a dark place, fella. You switch off every light, man. You switch off your mobile also, and then you're asking, but can you still minister to them? Yes. But they got to put the light on, they got to put that mobile on, and put the service together and move. God still loves them. But God has given a free will. And He says, I cannot force myself on you. Okay, another example. Young people. இந்த பொண்ணு ரொம்ப நல்லா அழகா இருக்குடா. அந்த பொண்ணுகிட்ட போய் அம்மா ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கிறம்மா என்ன லவ் பண்ணுமா அட போடா. Love is always a free will action in response. He deeply loves you, but he says, give me permission to let that love come into your life. Open it up. Okay. Let's go back to why they fall and all of that. His love is still there. But you can lock up yourself. That's why it's so important to put yourself where God's love can find you. Meaning by that, don't live in, okay, let's put this on. Disappointment with people. Some sickness was not healed. Some job you lost. Some property you lost. Some unanswered prayer happened in your life. என்னுடைய நாய் ரொம்ப நேசித்தேன், நான் ஜோம் பண்ணேன், அவனை சூப்பர்த்தியே, அப்போ என்ன கடவுள்? How can this God be loving and good at the same time? He is not good, therefore he is not loving. I don't want him. It's a choice you make. Now please don't get me wrong, there's a lot of pain in that. I can understand the pain. Disappointment is there, you know. I'll give you one statement, remember this one, okay? Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. But nobody gets the story you want. Nobody gets the story you want. I want a perfect father. I want a perfect mother. I want a perfect wife. I want a perfect mother-in-law. Where you get that, I don't know. But you don't want that. If I don't get a perfect mother-in-law, welcome. Nobody gets the story you want. Disappointment, God doesn't love me, it's a choice you make. I can understand, but you make a decision. He still loves you. He still has a beautiful plan for your life. But you got to say, Lord, you're going to have tribulation, you said. You're going to have disappointment in your life. இது இன்னொரு ப்ராப்ளம் என்ன தெரியுங்களா? நம்ம ப்ராஸ்பரிட்டி டாக்டரின் டீச்சிங் ஒன்று இருக்கு நம்ம சர்ச்சஸ்ல, டெலிவிஷன்ல. நீ ஆண்டவரை நம்பு, எல்லாம் ஆசீர்வதிக்கப்படுவோம். நீ தலையாயிடுவாய், எல்லா தலையாயிடுவாய் என்ன இருக்கும்? நீ டாக்டர் ஆயிடுவாய், இன்ஜினியர் ஆயிடுவாய், இது ஆயிடுவாய், அது ஆயிடுவாய், நீ தலைவர் ஆயிடுவாய் அப்படின்னு சொல்றது. அப்புறம் நீ it is so subtle, that's the main thing. So subtle. அவர் என்ன சொன்னாரு? டேய், இந்த உலகத்துல உபத்திரம் இருக்குடான்ட்டாரு. சொன்னாரா? எல்லாம் பிக்னிக் தான் இருக்கும், எல்லாம் ஜாலியா ஐஸ்கிரீமா இருக்கும்டா. டேய் கவலைப்படாதடா. சொல்லலையே. I'll tell you one thing. Maturity is not having all the answers for your question. Maturity is to live with mystery and still love and obey him and enjoy him. Can I say that again? A mature person is not the one who has all the answers for all the questions in life. I don't understand many things, but I still love him. I still enjoy him. I still trust him. He has my back. And there's a divine conspiracy that is in operation. I know something beautiful about that. So when you say that, how about God's love? God is still waiting. Prodigal son story. அப்பா வந்து ரொம்ப நேசித்தார் மகனை. ஆனா அந்த மகன் had to start walking towards the father. அப்பா பன்னீர் எடுத்த போல அவரு, he had to make a choice and say, hey, how am I living this way? I can go to daddy. He had to make that decision. Father was still loving. அவன் கிடக்குறான் வயசான மலர் நான் இங்கே சார் என்ன ஆண்டு இருக்காங்க. You got to stop walking, my son. You got to come and say, I messed up. I got this wrong. Come. I want to live in your love. I want to live in your love. You have to make that choice. So, God still loves. Bad things happen. Good people also it happens. Okay. I'll give you one thing, you know. There are 6 realities of life. Is it good time? No, 4 more minutes. Thank you.
4 realities.
So, 4 minutes. You stop in 3 minutes, you stop. No problem. I want to thank that. I want to honor your time. Honest on this, in this world there's tribulations, correct? When my wife developed cancer, just the day before, she was diagnosed officially that she had cancer, I was reading this verse, in this world you'll have tribulation. Then God revealed to me these things, okay? First, life is not fair. Welcome to the club. Life is not fair. அவருக்கு என்ன ஆச்சு? சிறுவல காட்டு துப்பி அடிச்சாங்க போல. Fair? Life is not fair. Get that in your system. Life is not fair. This should not have happened to me. But actually pride. Did you know this self-pity is pride? Self-pity is pride. Okay, think of that. Don't you? Life is not fair. Life is more tragic than orderly. Life is more tragic than orderly. நம்ம நல்ல அப்பா அம்மா எனக்கு இருக்கணும், நல்ல தங்கச்சி அண்ணன் இருக்கணும், நல்ல ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகணும், நல்ல வேலை கிடைக்கணும், நல்ல பையன் கிடைக்கணும், நல்ல பொண்ணு கிடைக்கணும், பிறந்த உடனே நல்ல குழந்தை பிறக்கணும், அவன் நல்லா வளரணும், எல்லாம் அழகா போகணும்பா. Life is more tragic than orderly. Oswald Chambers அவர் என்ன சொன்னாரு? Life is more tragic than orderly. If you accept the reality that life is more tragic than orderly, you will have a better understanding of reality and you will grow in your spiritual life. You will grow in your spiritual life. Accept the reality that life in this broken world is more tragic than orderly. நீ கால் நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? அவன் பர்ஃபெக்ட் ஃபேமிலிப்பா, அது ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை. நம்ம அவங்களாம் நல்லா no. Okay, life is first of all,
Life is not fair.
life is not fair. I want to say this. Life is difficult. The road less traveled on the book, the first line of that, life is difficult. Okay, life is not fair. Life is more tragic than orderly. In life, you will experience sickness and death. Welcome. Fourth one. In life, people will let you down. If you're not let down by people, you'll not live long, that's all. அதான் சினிமா பண்ண யாரை நம்பி நான் பண்ணேன், போங்கடா போங்க, போங்கடா போங்க, யாரை நம்பி. So, life is not fair. Life is more tragic than orderly. In life, you will be let down. In life, somewhere you'll have sickness and death. You'll have to go through that. But in the midst of this, there is a peace, there is a victory, because there's a divine conspiracy in action. Divine conspiracy. So when my wife was diagnosed, the first time they used the word cancer, it was painful. I mean, there's no jokes about that. But since God revealed this to me, that life is not fair. In life, you will have sickness, suffering, and pain and death. Because 17 years ago my wife had cancer, but she still has enough strength to do all the housework. She's going through treatment even now. When I came here, when Pastor invited me, actually, I was thinking, daily hospital I was debating actually. But then God somehow revealed to me and said, okay, you're all right. But every day, Monday to Friday, every day, for five hours, we had to go to the hospital. The journey, everything included. When I get back from here, I got to go back to taking my wife back. But you know what? The fact that God is with us in the midst of all of this is a tremendous courage. Joy is not in the absence of sorrow. It is in the midst of sorrow. Joy is not. Another Paul சொல்றாரு, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing. So, I hope I answered your question. Good. She's very gracious to me.